Hey all friends, welcome to the video. Bob here, welcome to the channel and the video. Bob here. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little update, chat about a couple of things. Haven't done an Everquest video for a while. Pretty much, yeah. If you're an old face on the channel, you know what's happened. I'm kind of like it. I'm not sure if it's because we're moving house and stuff, but I'm like it in all games at the moment. I just completely lack any direction as to what I want to do. I mean, I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes, for quite some time now, I kind of find myself enjoying watching P99 videos more than actually playing, and that's not because I don't want to play. Yeah, but I just going through a long period of years now. I'm just wondering what the hell to do. I think some of it is, oh, for God's sake. Yeah, bloody hell. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to hit these things. Yeah, I think some of it is I kind of get some sort of motivation going with regards to sort of endgamey kind of stuff. You join a guild and then that kind of realisation hits you that it always does in the past, and that is that really very, very little goes on off peak, and then I kind of find myself in that same situation where it's like, well, like even a weekend off peak, the servers are still quiet, so like kind of all guilds are quiet, there's just really not much going on at all in any an upgrade in any guild. Yeah, so you're kind of faced with that sort of situation of kind of just doing things on your own again, and that's and I know that some of you guys are kind of on the various servers and you've offered to play. I mean, just like chuck me on your friends list. If you see me on, then just give me a shout. I'll try and get over and do some stuff. I haven't been, as I said, we've kind of been doing some house movie stuff, so I kind of haven't been doing as much. I haven't been playing any game as much, particularly as I would have liked to have been. Yeah, but that's certainly a thing. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I have sent a message out to someone who, a friend of the channel, kindly put me in touch with regarding maybe like a shaman epic. Like, I'm not sure if it would be like an MQ or something or whatever. I'm assuming. I'm not really sure. But I haven't heard anything back yet, so I don't know if it's just something that's not really happening at the moment, or it's the sort of thing that only comes up rarely, and etc. So, I've kind of put the feelers out to try and make some progress with Mugwort. I mean, let's be honest, the thing would be to just go to the hole, get in a group, or or find a camp, and and just get to 60. That would probably be the most sensible thing to do. But when do we ever do the most sensible things? what I'm kind of doing at the moment is just trying something completely different. Literally, must be years ago now, 2 or 3 years ago, I bought some Shadowknight stuff because I always wanted to try out the knights, just as something to do that's completely different. And so I thought I would while kind of waiting to hear what the possibility is of doing other things. I thought I would just try something different. Why not? I'm sitting here playing, Shadowknighting, playing Shadowknighting and listening to Immortal. You can't really go wrong, I would say. Holy smokes. Rusty Halberd. I'll drop that for now. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. No, we'll give that a miss. Have I missed the road to Amarillo? No, I don't think so. I'm just I'm making my way along the road, and I'm going to go into the swamp and kill some stuff in the swamp. Fighting around Guck is a pretty decent place to go, particularly if you're uber twinked like I am. Anyway, yeah. So Everquest, just the usual stuff. While I'm in between doing what I'm doing, I thought I'd try something new, just give something different a go. I quite like. I really like the. I was looking at that Paladin as well, and like the Bard and stuff, and they've all got some really interesting quests. And I like I think I've said before, probably about a warrior mostly, but I like the whole having like a. They seem to have lots of different weapons with what should we say? Different weapons with like procs on and clicky, lots of items with different clickies on, and some interesting quests I've never done before. So and the thing is that there's no excuse not to try something different out. I'm super twinked, you know. I mean, sticking my stuff on a shaman, and it was pretty easy to melee. You know, even before I got, it was pretty easy to blast my way through to like 30-ish. It was easy even before I got regen. You know, so I can't imagine a twinked. I can't imagine a twinked tank will have too many problems. I don't think my melee damage is going to be any lower than the shaman. Surely, surely it can't be. So, yeah. I thought I might just do a bit of leveling on this Shadowknight, blast my way through to 25, 30 or whatever, and see how we go. Yeah, I mean, it's something new, something completely different. Maybe I'll absolutely fall in love with it. Who knows? I think we can probably do that, can't we? Yeah. Yeah, I bought some Shadowknight stuff. As I said, years ago now. I bought... well, actually, a friend donated a set of sentient armour, I think it was, way back. Yeah, and I bought some weapons. I've got a knock blade. What else have I got? I bought a Deathbringer's rod. I bought a Dark Reaver, which it's alright, you know. And I've got an Axe of Lost Souls as well. I'll probably need to get like a one-handed blunt. Seems as though like the Ebon Mace is a good one. Yeah. So I'll maybe try and pick up one of those. I think piercing, because of Velius, is very good. So, yeah. I'll look out for a decent piercing weapon at some point as well, just to keep the skill up, essentially. It's interesting. I was kind of... Oh, hello. What's going on here? Corpse C. Z Mallet. Maybe that's named something for a reason. It's got a big axe. Let's make sure none of these trolls are KOS. No dubious. That's okay. Yeah, I've been watching some Shadowknight and Paladin videos as well. And it's quite amazing what they can do. I mean, I haven't, you know, I did watch a person who has literally got everything. You know, I think has raided everywhere and has got every clicky, every potion, you know, and has soloed some ridiculous stuff that you just never have thought a Shadowknight could solo. And you know, fair enough, you probably couldn't solo them without that kind of stuff. But I'm watching another Shadowknight, level 60 obviously, who's got less stuff. And yeah, soloing some pretty interesting things as well. And I'm kind of not even aiming for that high. I'm kind of aiming for the bracket underneath. So, like, you know, I'm talking about level 60. Like, I haven't even got a shaman to 60 yet. Like, sort yourself out, Bob. What the hell's going on? But anyway, yeah, yeah, I mean, I've got a low-level Shadowknight, and it's Sunday today. We've got a load of snow in the UK at the moment, and it's still snowing now. My wife's had to go out and do some driving, so I'm hoping it's all right. Yeah, but I've got a Shadowknight who's low level, and I'm going to be hanging around Guck, and I'm going to be doing some videos, maybe on some leveling spots, which might be quite interesting. Yeah, so if you got a similar level character and you want to meet up, let me know. As I said, I'm only playing off peak when you're probably all in bed, but that's the best I can do, unfortunately. Yeah, this is a red, but I think we'll probably still be alright. This is kind of like the power of the fungi tunic, really, which is fine. I'm not embarrassed, you know. I'm quite happy to blast my way through the early levels with the aid of with the crutch. Yeah. Yeah, but as I was saying, if you've got a character around low levels, you want to do some stuff, just give me a shout if you see me on. Yeah, I'll be playing this and listening to Immortal, because as I said, Shadowknight plus Immortal. Maybe move on to a bit of Dark Throne, a bit of Emperor. You know, you just can't go wrong, really. It's the perfect match. I was going to talk a little bit about the whole Pantheon saga as well, like the videos that I did. It was quite interesting. Again, it's another lesson. As I said before, like if you're a young person and you're into gaming and you're looking for doing some sort of project or thesis or whatever for, you know, for university or college, then like the psychology of game players. I mean, obviously it's the psychology of people in general, isn't it? But if you're into gaming, then yeah, it's really interesting. You know, like the most interesting thing I think is the thing that always happens in these situations is that people will either not, they'll watch a video or they'll read a piece of, you know, content or whatever it may be, and they will only, it's almost like they only hear or read the bits that they want to hear. You know, they kind of, because your opinion doesn't match completely with theirs, immediately you're the enemy, basically, is generally how it works. Yeah, and I mean, what will happen, I need to kind of be... I've always found that you get higher skill gains if you're fighting mobs at a higher level than you. And because I'm able to do that at the moment, I need to kind of be... I think I might need to be swapping weapons. The staff looks so cool as well. I'm going to run around with that from a roleplay perspective. Yeah. Just because it looks so cool. Yeah, so I think that two obvious things happen all the time. You know, I think the first one... Oh, hello, we're getting we're getting rushed now. Oh, I've got a skill gain, that's good. People, as I said, people will read something or listen to something, and because you don't match up exactly with their opinion, then you're immediately the enemy. So they almost like block. It's weird. They almost like block out the bits that you said that are kind of positive, and then they make it seem like you didn't say them. Like I had so many people on those videos saying, "Well, yeah, but you know," when I actually said those things. But they need something to get you on, you know. And this happens on Twitter all the time and social media. They need something to get you on, so what they will do is, okay, this is not good. Not good. It's not bad in the sense that I just want the guy to die before he starts swimming, because then I can't keep up with him, and he'll aggro everything else. Okay. Yeah, so they misrepresent what you say as well, you know. So they've got you on something just to moan about, even though. And I'm the sort of person. I'm not sure if they're kind of used to. Holy smokes! Let's get out of the water. I'm not sure if they're used to going to channels and the person who runs a channel just doesn't answer back. You know, doesn't want to upset the community, so will just keep their gob shut and they won't say anything. Well, that's not me. If someone makes a silly comment, I'm going to call them on it, essentially. Yeah, and yeah, so that and it's weird. You know, that will just really will be a thing. You know, if you do videos, you'll know that will happen. It's why I kind of generally try and stay away from those kind of like games that are not released yet, because no one knows, and you just get a load of fanboys coming in who act as though they know. Yeah, and you just end up in petty squabbles with them, which is just not worth the not worth the bother. But that was something that I got a fair bit on the videos, as I expected. You know, people will just come along, and if you're not immediately aligned precisely with their viewpoint, then you're bad, and they will ignore the good things you said and just pick up on the bad things, or misrepresent the good things that you said. Of course, then when you go and point it out to them, you don't hear anything back, you know, because that's how it works. The other thing you kind of get also is that it's like it covers a number of topics, but what you'll basically get was, oh well, you know, it's your fault if this is not what you expected. Well, then play WoW or something. You know, that's the other response you'll generally get. Can't hit this guy. Okay, let's see if I can kill the kobold first. I understand I'm trying to hit things that are way above my level, but it just means the leveling goes a little bit quicker. I think I made a massive muck up on my stats But it's fine, I'm not going to start again. Because I had a fungi, I thought to myself, well, I'll put some points into agility so that it's not too much of a problem. But, you know, to have 75 agility, I would have had to put all my points into agility, which I didn't do. I put some into int because int's the lowest. I just looking around at what other people are saying about Shadowknights, I know I probably should have put all my points into stamina for the hit points, but people were saying mana does become quite a limiting factor, particularly when you're soloing. So yeah, I just put some points into int, and that was probably a mistake. But there you go. Yeah, so the whole Pantheon thing again is like a. I mean, if you're doing some kind of project, have a look through the chat, have a look through the comments, and you'll pick up on what I'm talking about. I'm not innocent, you know. I do kind of get baited sometimes, as I guess we all do, you know, and that kind of thing. And I get involved when I shouldn't get involved, but I'm just human. That's, you know, I'm only human after all. What can I say? Yeah, but have a look through, because you'll pick up on the psychology of it and whatnot. I'm going to die. Literally. Kind of. Yeah. Stupid. Now I'm going to have to do a bloody corpse run. Which is really... If I can kill this one quickly, I might be alright. Maybe not. I don't have anything to... Come on. Oh, so many misses. If I'd have killed him... hang on a sec. Harm touch. Boom. Oh. Oh, man. Come on, fungi. Keep me in it. So many misses. I know these dudes are red. Oh, there's a hit. Is he going to run? Don't run. Don't run. Don't aggro anything else. We're one hit away, look. I haven't got bash at the moment. I've probably got slam, haven't I? Ah, look at that. All I needed to do was, like, really hit him. Whew. Okay, what a fight. Let's med up a little bit. From fighting him many times before, I know that it's only these two fishermen who are there, and I should be able to handle anything else, unless the fungus man spawns again. What a fight. Wow. That's the power of the tunic, again. Yeah, so as I was saying, so I keep getting sidetracked, but you know how it goes. Yeah, have a look, because you might find it interesting. Don't get involved, though, you know. It's just something that you might find interesting to look at. Yeah, the other thing that was quite interesting was that I was kind of looking at, like, this is something that I would kind of never do, really. And, like, to be fair, it was, in the end, they were fairly reasonable. But someone from a, like, you know, I can only say what kind of felt a bit like a Pantheon fan YouTube channel came along and got involved as well, and I thought that was quite weird. You know, I'm kind of all for ruling this together type stuff, you know, and I'm sure that if you're a bigger channel than mine, you have to put up with this sort of nonsense all the time, people misrepresenting what you're saying and whatnot. So I would never go to someone else's channel and start, you know, questioning what they've said or whatever, particularly again when you're kind of misrepresenting what I was saying. But I was quite surprised that some, like, I say fairly big, I don't think their videos get any more views than mine particularly, but I think they've maybe got more subscribers, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, it was quite interesting that someone from a Pantheon fan tube came along and also got involved, because I kind of would never do that. It kind of feels a bit of a, you know, I kind of think we're all in it together kind of thing, and it kind of feels a bit, yeah, not a particularly great thing to do. So I was quite surprised. But it was interesting. I kind of looked a bit more into the whole fan tube thing for... You can do it for any game, really, but like for Pantheon, particularly because that's what we were talking about. And you've got these people out there whose sites, yeah, whose like YouTube channels are basically they seem to be advertisements for the game. I'm not saying that they agree with absolutely everything they say, you know, that's going on in the game. Although what I generally found is that if they do disagree with something that's going on in the game, they will kind of like row back on it a bit by saying, but, you know, yeah, I kind of looked into it a bit more. It's interesting. I mean, like, there's 2 or 3 fan tubes of Pantheon, and these guys are playing the game. I don't know, these guys are actually playing Pantheon. Now, I don't know, what was I going to say? I don't know if they've contributed a lot of money to play the game. My feeling maybe is that, you know, you do have to pay a lot of money to play the game. My feeling is that maybe they've got into the game just because they've got fairly popular YouTube channels where they say the right thing about the game. I don't know, it's just an assumption. Maybe they've paid the fairly hefty price of entry. You know, that's a possibility. But that was the other thing that kind of annoyed me the most, really, was the fact that it's kind of people who are kind of like quite fanboyish about the game, you know, on their channel, and they're coming kind of like picking on someone who's smaller than them, I would say, who didn't have the same opinion. And this person initially kind of also was misrepresenting what I was saying. That was quite strange, quite interesting that someone in that position would do it. But one of the interesting comments that they made was that they talked about me damaging the brand, and that was quite telling. That kind of made me feel that, I mean, these people go out of the way to say that they're not associated with the game in any way, not affiliated with it, but I think they probably are in some way. You know, I think if you're playing the game, you've got access to the developers, and you know, you've got very positive content on your YouTube channel, and then you say things like damaging the brand. I mean, like, you know, damaging the brand is something I would expect someone to say to me who was, like, we worked at the same company. It's like, really? Well, I was like, that's really weird, like, damaging the brand. It's like, that's something I would expect a manager or a colleague to say, like, if I was working somewhere. And it's odd, you know, there are some people in, it's not just the Pantheon community, it's like, it's Project Gorgon, you know, it's Shadow the Avatar. You know, they can't comprehend that someone else might have a different opinion to them. You know, they can't comprehend that someone who hasn't spoken to, who's not in with the devs, doesn't talk to them in game, is not active on the forums, you know, might just have a different opinion. You know, it was weird. It was almost like, oh, I don't understand this. Like, what? You're damaging the brand. You know, like, what? Why are you saying these things? Well, because, you know, I'm not. You know, I'm not. I'm a fan in the sense that I want to play the game, but I'm not a fan in the sense that, you know, I'm saying stuff just to placate the devs because I don't want them to think a certain way about me or whatever. You know, it was, yeah, really weird conversation. But yeah, but that could be said for, you know, I think also if you're, you know, if you've ever done like a university project or whatever on social media, you know, like from Twitter, for example, you know, like fill your boots, really. I mean, you'll just find, you know, tons of stuff on there. Yeah, to the psychology of like social media and that kind of thing. Yeah, but my feelings about Pantheon are not really any different. I know, I think it was P-Dub, like, thanks for that. He kind of pointed me in the direction of some comments that Brad McQuaid made about early Pantheon, about not trying to, you know, they're not going for the mass market, that, you know, certain people are just not going to like the game and all that kind of thing. Like, you know, like many of you said that, you know, looking at recent Pantheon videos, it doesn't feel as though it's what you were initially sold. You know, so it's not just me. There's a lot of people that feel the same way. And also, like, a few of you said that in the early days, the community was more about replicating classic Everquest, and that has kind of changed. You know, I mean, I don't think any of you were particularly sure if it was new people coming in or if it was old people who are just probably a bit of both, really, or if it was older community members who were just trying to, you know, basically just go with whatever the devs are saying. I guess it's a mixture of both. Yeah, but it's not just me that feels that way. There's a number of people who feel the same way. But as I said, I'm still looking forward to the game immensely. Whenever it may come out, it looks like it's still going to be some years yet, which is a bit concerning. I mean, I'm glad I didn't... Although I'm looking forward to playing it, and I love the look of what I've seen, I'm glad I didn't put more money in than I did, you know, because it still feels as though it's got quite some way to go. Maybe we'll see Alpha this year. I know that there was a... I might have a look at it if I can be asked. But I think there was an interview with the CEO recently, and I think someone might have mentioned Alpha or something. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that is the case. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I just thought I'd update you on Everquest. You know, if you're an old hand at the channel, you know, you probably know you haven't seen a Everquest video for a while after I was well bang into it again. You'll know what's happened. But I am still trying to make progress. As I said, I've kind of got some... I'm just looking into a shaman epic main, you know, NQ maybe. Maybe these things will just be too expensive for me, or maybe it's just something that comes up now and again, you know, because they're so rare. Yeah, but anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're doing well. It's still snowing here. I'll speak to you again soon.